We are on the road to El Dorado, the lost city of gold.
Best bet for us is to key in on the person who made it the closest, Percy Fawcett.
Percy Fawcett was right here.
Hey, that's over the Amazon.
We have to go. Thousands have died searching for El Dorado. It's like it's cursed.
Oh my God!
Look at this place, it's Jurassic.
And if we can put these things together, I mean, we might find El Dorado.
Coral snakes, rattlesnakes, bushfires, scorpions. Is there anything out here that's not gonna kill us?
Welcome to the Amazon, man.
What is that?
Whoa. Oh, look at all this.
This is our Code of the Wild.
When the Spanish conquistadors came to South America in the 1500s, they heard talk of a mythic golden city hidden somewhere on the continent. In the centuries that followed, thousands of treasure hunters searched in vain for the lost city of El Dorado. Some even paid with their lives, leading many to speculate that the city is cursed.
But of all the explorers that have braved this quest, one name intrigues us the most: Percy Fawcett. An English geographer who made many trips to South America in the 20th century. Many people believe that Fawcett got closer than anyone in the search for the fabled city. It's possible that he actually found El Dorado, but just didn't live to tell the tale.
In 1925, Percy Fawcett sent a letter to his wife from a place called the Dead Horse Camp in the Mato Grosso region of Brazil. Shortly thereafter, he disappeared into the Amazon, never to be heard from again.
Fawcett was presumed to have been killed by an indigenous tribe, and fervor over the lost city eventually grew cold. But now Brazilian historian Eduardo Gomes has dug up some new information that actually suggests that El Dorado wasn't in the Amazon at all. It could have been, in fact, somewhere totally different.
This could completely rewrite Fawcett's story and reignite the mystery of El Dorado.
In the 1920s, Fawcett discovered a document that was penned by a Portuguese monk who belonged to an expedition that claimed to have found the ancient lost city. It's come to be known simply as Manuscript 512. And lucky for us, it's housed right here in Rio. Are you familiar with some of the passages about like some landmarks and some things like that that were actually pointed out in the manuscript?
They say, after long and wearisome wanderings, incited by the insatiable lust for gold, mountains so high that they drew near the ethereal region, the waters precipitated themselves from the heights, foaming white like snow. It was bare and sterile rocks. Their luster from afar excited our wonder and admiration, principally when the sun shining on them turned to fires the crystals of which the rocks were composed.
I mean, wow. Mountains and the waterfalls and the crystals and the arches.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely has me fired up to go look for this thing.
Dead Horse Camp is Percy Fawcett's last known whereabouts. He headed north in this spot, and how far he made it into the Amazon is anybody's guess. But before he left, he sent his final letter to his wife, writing, "I calculate and I shall contact the Indians in and about a week, perhaps 10 days, when we should be able to reach the much talked about waterfall."
This waterfall has to be the one described in the manuscript 512 as the one foaming like white snow.
They decided to come all the way up here and talk to Makushi tribe.
The Makushi are an indigenous people who've lived in the northern Brazilian region of Roraima for hundreds of years. Now, originally they were hunter-gatherers, but now they're a small farming community of around 8,000 people.
I was talking to them and they said, oh yeah, this guy, Percy Fawcett. Yeah, he was here. He was living with our grandfather.
What?
He was right here. I've met the people who lived there and they said he was here.
What?
More than 1,000 kilometers away.
Do you have any idea what Fawcett was doing this far north?
There are a lot of legends about this region here. There are a lot of golds and diamonds and all kind of things up here. A lot of stories about Parime Lake.
Parime Lake, I know that. The earliest written accounts of El Dorado say that it was located close to a lake, Lake Parime. But because no one's been able to find it, historians have written it off as a fictional place. If it could be found, it would be a significant development in the search for El Dorado. On this map, Lake Parime is also north of the Amazon, nearly 1,500 miles from Dead Horse Camp. But it's only about 60 miles from the Makushi village. Perhaps this is what brought Fawcett so far north. And you know kind of where this is at?
I have a friend, Luciano. He's a historian, and he believes he found the Parime Lake.
This is incredible. Look at that.
Aí, coisa linda.
Amazing. Such a cool structure, so unique. So what is the importance of this rock right here?
This proves this a lake was. In the old lake, 15 meters.
Okay.
The water in the middle of rock.
That's the water
Yeah.
line right there, you think, on this
Yes,
rock?
yes.
So the way the top of this rock formation is rounded suggests to me that it was submerged and that water smoothed it out over time. But unless you know how to read the clues, you might never know there was a body of water here at all. Surely a trained geographer like Percy Fawcett would have recognized the features of a dried up lake bed and thought that he might have found Lake Parime, which would have made him push on and search for El Dorado.
Good luck for you and your brother.
Thank you, my friend.
Are you guys familiar with the legend of El Dorado?
Sabem que tem uma história sobre El Dorado, mas
Nós já ouvimos falar muito, inclusive nós, sendo Macuxi, o professor passa, as pessoas vêm, contam essa história, dizem que tem uma cidade perdida. E nós sabemos que tem acreditamos também que tem alguma coisa escondida. E vocês estão no lugar certo.
So what's he say?
his grandfather and his great-grandfather used to tell those stories about people searching for gold around here too.
And that was right around here?
Yes, like a lost city.
Wow. I understand that your tribe has some history with Percy Fawcett. Can you guys give me some information on the stories that you've heard about Percy Fawcett being in this area?
Eles passaram aqui na época dos meus avós, explorando a nossa cultura, a nossa língua.
They're saying he was here.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any idea where Percy Fawcett might have headed once he left here?
Ele falava muito numa montanha chamada Monte Roraima. Então eles foram em busca de minério. Eles falavam muito em minério.
Okay.
Para comprar até muito longe. Daqui 1 mês, 2 meses a pé. Daqui se for andando é longe.
Mount Roraima is one of the tallest mountains in all of Brazil. Tops out at over 9,000 feet. Its steep rock walls make the ascent nearly impossible by foot. Now, the tribes of this region believe that Roraima is the stump of a tree that long ago bore all the fruits and vegetables of the world. They also believe that anyone brave enough to climb it is never going to return. Could this be one of the peaks mentioned in the manuscript 512? If so, this could be where Percy Fawcett met his ultimate demise.
It would have taken Fawcett weeks to climb the 9,000 plus foot mountain. But thanks to the wild helicopter ride, oh my God! We've made it to the summit in no time flat.
We're here now, boys. I mean, look at this place. It's Jurassic.
Oh, it's unreal.
It literally is, it's ancient. I mean, it's like untouched.
Completely untouched.
I can't believe we're on top of a mountain right now. That waterfall is a dead ringer from the manuscript.
Absolutely.
Manuscript 512, the document that propelled Percy Fawcett on his journey, describes a waterfall that's foaming like snow. Well, the waterfall that we saw on the way up here is definitely fitting that description.
So why don't we hike there, start at the waterfall, and see if we can line some things up?
Yeah.
Can you remember the direction of the waterfall?
Yeah.
Yes.
That way, right?
Yep, yep.
Let's just look around here for a second, because formations are exactly the kind of thing that Percy Fawcett keyed in on in that manuscript. One of them was the 3 arches of great height. The middle one being the biggest, the 2 on the sides being smaller.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that he was really looking for, those 3 arches.
Look at all these different ones all the way through here.
Yeah, when we were coming up through the valley there, I mean, it was not a lot of formations. I mean, there was, but not like this.
Okay.
So if we've got rock formations like this all up over here, just keep your eyes out.
Yeah.
Because we might be getting close.
I like following these creeks like this. You'd have to think that's what they did, follow creeks. It's the easiest. Find a lot of civilizations on rivers.
We have water anytime we need.
Hey, look at this.
What do you got?
Check that out.
Wow. What is it?
It's crystal.
That's a good sign. That. Ooh.
That right there might be what we're looking for.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? What does the script say?
The sunlight gives the impression of fire to the crystal forming the rock.
Wow.
See how it shines with the sun?
Oh, yeah. Yep. It also said that the sunlight gives the impression of forming fire. So, I mean, could be just the shimmer of this water.
I can see it under my hat reflecting off the sun.
Oh, yeah.
You get that, it looks like fire because
yes,
it's dancing
yes.
off the water. I mean,
And it's already got a gold hue to it. I mean, there is a gold hue to the water all the way through this whole valley. As we've been walking up, the mineral that's in it has that gold tint. This could be what we're looking for. Whoa. Looking on the ground right here, look at all these crystals. Oh, look at all this. It's all crystal.
He was happy when he found one.
Yeah.
Look at this.
look at this.
This whole thing is crystal.
You gotta be kidding me.
All of it.
I mean, handfuls of crystal. Look at them shining. It is absolutely everywhere. Look at that. I mean, whether or not El Dorado is a city of actual gold, I have no idea, but I can easily see how this very well could be El Dorado.
Well, I don't know if Percy Fawcett ever made it right here, but I know this. He followed that journal to a T, and what he pointed out and keyed in on is what brought us here today. Let's get going before the weather comes in. We got a long way to go. I could put some of these crystals in my pocket. Right, Doo-Doo?
Yep,
These are free?
Leave them alone.
Check his pockets.